Hello Aries, welcome to your next 3 months reading. So we're gonna look at 6 specific areas. I'm gonna do 1 card per area. So if you do not like watching the process, you can go ahead and use the timestamps that are below in the video description. So we're just gonna jump in here and we're gonna look ahead to July, August, September for Aries. And we're going to get some cards for each section, and then we'll get just a few charms. I've asked the angels to kind of limit, though so far for Sagittarius and Taurus in this group of readings, they've given me more. So we'll see if they'll behave for Aries. So let's get our cards, see where they're drawing my attention to, and then we'll get our next cards and our charms. Okay. So let's get our second set of cards here. So when I'm talking about home, it's going to be your 2 primary environments where you split the majority of your time. And then yourself, we're just zeroing in on you, your head space, your heart space, what's going on, what's kind of consuming you, your heart's wish that the angels are supporting and helping with you now at this time. We always have multiple wishes, so we're just focusing in on a current wish. And then this bottom row, we're going to go through talking about something that you expect. It could be something in your calendar already that's coming up, or it could just be you having presumptions, assumptions, that kind of thing. And then we'll talk about what you don't expect to help you prepare for it, or just be wise to it. And then we'll look ahead to possible future based on your current trajectory here. So let's get some charms. Okay, just discarding what they didn't want. So, okay. So yeah, this group is already hitting the more of a 4 charm per kind of thing. So I guess this group of signs need a little bit more support and messages and answers from the angels here. So we'll just see. I feel another one's coming. Maybe 1 or 2. Oh, 1 off the back there. And then here we have a few more as well. Okay, so quite a bit of charms to get through here. So I apologize. This might be a half-hour reading instead of a 20-minute reading. Just fixing up the charms helps me just to tune in here and see what's up for Aries. Double fire here at home. Okay. Tuning in first to your home. So your 2 home environments, your house and your work, your house and your cottage, your house and traveling, wherever you spend the majority of your time here. So we do have my 2 fire charms here. We have the firefighters. Sorry, I've hit the camera like 3-4 times right now. I've also been very fidgety with this group as well. Sagittarius, Taurus, and now Aries. I can't seem to keep still in my seat. You need to focus here in both or one of your 2 home environments. That's what this flame is. They're trying to draw you in to the flame here, right? When we look at flames, candle, fireplace, whatever it might be, we tend to just go quiet and kind of zero in and watch the flickering, right? See what kind of imagery and warmth we get. So there's a zeroing in and focusing in on your one or both of your home spaces here. So maybe you haven't been, maybe you've been distracted, because I'm reading my fireman charm here more as an X marks the spot, right? Like a treasure map. Focus here. But because they're both heat, it's a pretty urgent warning here. Pretty serious warning about you focusing on the home space. Maybe you've been away, I don't know. And this is kind of like a call home here. I'm just quickly checking my notes here on my charms for the star, because I feel like it's the dual. Yeah, okay. My charms sometimes have a second or backup meaning, and because I've got this red hot, X marks the spot, focus here, kind of bullseye happening on your home space. I wanted to see what the star message was. So this one's tapping into the intuition, your guiding star. Follow the North Star. What do? We follow the star home, right? We follow the sun home. We follow the moon home. The sky is our barometer, our compass, I should say, barometer, our compass. So follow your intuition. Maybe you don't feel at home right now. So there's a call home here, Aries. So maybe a significant number of you are not at home. Those of you watching don't live at home. I don't know where your parents are. Like you're not at your home. There's a call home here. And this is my both friendship bear, but also recovery bear. So I don't know if you need to support someone who's in recovery, or go visit someone back home. Maybe they're feeling under the weather. Maybe they just had surgery. They're coming off a cold. Maybe they just lost a pet or someone in their life. But there's a request for you to come home here. Follow your gut. I feel like you also feel like maybe you haven't heard from this person in a while, so you want to check in on them. A little wellness check. But follow your heart here, right? Heat. So follow your heart. Focus on this at this time, or head back home. Try to focus more of your time at home so you can help this person. There's somebody in your house here, in your environment. If it's not you, I don't feel it's you, because they're calling you home. So somebody needs your support here. I mean, if it is you, then you need to call somebody home. If you were injured and you're recovering, reach out and call your relatives. Come get somebody here in your environment. I'm drawn into the older woman in the scene, kind of her cane here with her guide dog. The relationship they have. He helps her to move about. So maybe that's the request that you need to do. Maybe you're going to have to help somebody just kind of navigate and move about and walk about. Maybe you have to take on the responsibilities of caring for the child while they're in bed recovering. Walk the dogs, take care of the kids. Maybe you need to step in to help manage finances, manage estate. He's kind of talking to the rest of the family here. Maybe you need to step in now. Maybe this is your call home. You need to step in as matriarch, patriarch of the family. Because we have her sitting here quiet as well, right? Same demeanor. She kind of has to hand off the pentacles here. She's handing off, one by one. So, maybe you do have to go visit a parent, a grandparent, an aunt and uncle, someone more senior, or someone recovering for something. I feel like they need to hand something off here to you. Again, like responsibilities or something. So a call for you to kind of come home and help out. That's what's happening in these 3 months. And I mean, firemen, it's pretty urgent. So this is a request that you should not say no to. Okay, Aries. So what's on your mind is family, legacy. We've got heart space, so maybe you are aware of this aging parent or this individual in recovery. Maybe they have a diagnosis that they're living with, a condition they're living with. And maybe it's at the next level now, but family's on your mind with my legacy here, family. Also the management of wealth, right? The handing down, succession. So that's on your mind. We have this new start that's also on your mind, which, this scenario would be. you would be starting new into this kind of more responsibility or larger role that they want to give you here. Maybe you're uncomfortable with that because I'm consistently shifting here in my chair. You probably see it on camera. I'm constantly, I'm just not finding a comfortable way of sitting. And then there's a wish for good luck. So maybe you have some self-doubt here. So you're wishing, give me some good luck in this area. Maybe you're wishing for some faster, speedier recovery, right? Some additional luck in the homestead at home. So they do want you to get your strength here. You can't really discount the strength card, even if I was to ignore the word and just look at the relationship here. See how, again, it has that sort of older, that quiet sitting energy we saw in the cards here with the older woman. And see how you're just kind of comforting and stepping forward. So that is on your mind. Aries, for a significant number of you, you're going to have to step in here with the family. You're either going to have to step in to help with recovery. You're going to have to step in as matriarch, patriarch. You're going to have to step in and take on more responsibilities, more accountability. But you can do it. You have the strength to do it. And you know that. That's why it's on self. You know you're the right person. Even though you're asking for luck, like, oh my gosh, give me some luck here, which, the angels are answering. The luck is upright. So you're hoping for luck and you're getting luck. So then we have the hosting of the feast here, right? The family gathering. So again, we're getting this succession message when it comes to home or work. You taking on more, right? She's taking on this whole feast. It's not a potluck. She's not just showing up and dropping off one tray. She's laid out this whole picnic, right? She's planned it all. So there's a stepping up for you here. And both are one of your two main environments here. So your heart wish at this time, you can see here in your heart space, your head space, luck, wishing for luck. The angels are delivering you luck here. It is upright. So, your wish for luck is going to be fulfilled. Your luck center is going to be filled. And that's paired with this deja vu. Did I say deja vu for your reading? It might have been Taurus. That I was saying they were going to have a moment of deja vu, profound deja vu. I think for you, this is less of a deja vu in like an epiphany, an aha moment, and this is more in a deja vu into how seamlessly and comfortably you fall into that role. So, again, you know your sense of strength. You can take this on. You can do it. That's why it's so tranquil here. That's how I know you're kind of just falling into your own. So even though you're wishing for luck to do it, you're going to succeed whether you have this little bit of luck or not, but the angels are going to give you the luck that you're wishing for. Okay. So I don't know if this is more... No. I was going to say I don't know if this is more work, but then as I was saying, this is more connected to your work environment. I got the no because they brought me to the pillars here, the home pillars. So I think Aries, you're probably split, either energetically, half and half. Work, the story is resonating with you. Home, the story is resonating with you. But I bet you there's a good number of you where it's both spaces happening at the same time here. Because you have the strength to take this on. You have the strength to both level up professionally, but also the responsibilities here in your home life, within family, in the family. Sort of your status in both places is stepping up here, and you're able to do it. Well, we have the High Priestess on top of the High Priestess. Well, look at that. So double whammy. So again, maybe that's the message here of both work and home spaces, more of your home base, you know, a parent's house, your childhood house, less your current dwelling, but you're glowing up in both places here, right? Dream come true in both places. Purple is kind of screaming at me right now, so you might want to look up the spiritual meaning of purple, the color purple, Aries, and see how that connects in with what we're saying here, because they're really kicking those purple hues out at me right now. What you expect. So, you know, what's already on your mind. We have this gluttony here. Sort of a double hit of my little piggy and the cupcake. So opulence, wealth. You know, we've got the large spread here and food. So you're kind of expecting access to abundance. Why wouldn't you? If you're glowing up here, you know, professionally, you would get more money, you would get more responsibility, you'll get more access, right? You'll gain access. Same with stepping up in a family. You just gain more access to information, to accountability. You expect this. You expect gaining more. Double hit here of more. You expect a lot. You're expecting a lot. You have big, grandiose expectations. And then we have the flip-flops here, which is ask for help. You do have help. I don't feel like you're someone that expects to go at this alone. I think you expect this help. You know, you're already visualizing how you're going to delegate, right? This person's going to help me this way, and this person's going to take on this task or this role. You're already ready and expecting to do that. Okay. Yeah, you're like sitting here on your throne, right? She's creating. She's looking at you know, an existing pentacle, but she's in her thoughts here. She's manifesting. How can I change this? You know, I've assumed this role, but how do I do it my way? And you kind of expect to do that. And maybe that's why I see sort of this, I had already seen this sense of help. You know, she already knows how she's delegating, right? She has her little messenger bunny here ready to take off with the task, right? Her task rabbit. You also expect this to be a really kind of slow process. You're going to be very thoughtful and considerate. So even though you're thinking, how can I do this my way? How can I change it? It's not a fast change. You're just having those thoughts, right? You're just looking back. This is your soul and all your experiences, all your knowledge up to this point, and you're just kind of reflecting back, you know, on childhood, if it's a family responsibility you're taking on. You might be reflecting back on your whole professional career. What am I bringing forward into this role? What am I not? So you kind of expect to be going through this kind of planning period here for July, August, September. That's kind of where you think your headspace is going to be sort of focused on and where it's going to be at. What you don't expect is a transformation in a relationship, and it's going to be very quick. I'm not even going to pick up the charms because they're all they're all connected on the same story. There's going to be a significant change in a relationship, a love relationship for you. So this is a best friend, a family member, a lover, you know, that kind of deep bond. So we have quick change that you don't expect to this relationship. That's going to be a major transformation, but it's been manifested. I don't know if you manifested it. They may have manifested it. So for example, if someone's been wishing for their soulmate to come into their life. Well, you're their soulmate. And through this stepping up that you're doing, there's a quick kind of connection here. You're thrown into their path. You stepped up as a leader, and you're meeting somebody. Now you have to go present. That's part of your new responsibility, is to go present or go to the bank. Wherever you're at, you're kind of coming in as the connection for this person. And it's going to have a major transformation, positive transformation for the two of you, but they've manifested it. And that's what you don't expect, because you weren't looking for this. This isn't one of your wishes, right? You're so focused up here that you don't expect to be part of somebody else's wish. I like this card because it always reminds me of the cartoon that I had growing up. It was called Daria. She always makes me think of her. Daria was a character. In her family, she was like the logical one, the sane one. Her sister was kind of more spontaneous, more outgoing. She was just calm, reserved, higher intelligence. So I think what you don't expect is maybe this type of partner. Maybe that's the demeanor of this person. Maybe that's what you need, is someone who brings you stability and peace. Even if you're this personality and they're the more kind of creative person, they're the yin to your yang. So we're coming back to soulmate energy here, sort of the profoundness, the perfectness, the perfect match of this connection. Even if it's just a professional match, it would be like the perfect mentor for you. It just brings in perfect balance. And we see that here with the lounging. I apologize, my dog is barking at nothing. Sort of the sense of peace here, but look at the urgency again. Like, this person's ready to leap on you. So when you do cross their paths, they're just going to claim you. It's either going to be a love at first sight, and you're both going to be, connected with each other right away, or this is going to be like a new boss or a mentor that's going to pursue you to be, on their team, speaking at their event. They won't be able to resist being in your energy, connecting with you, because they manifested you. So what you don't expect is being sought after. Like I said, you're so focused on your responsibilities here, your new accountabilities, that you don't expect to kind of be chased here, but to enjoy it, right? They bring in the balance here. They enjoy it. And now my dog just came to, I guess, apologize for barking for no reason. What's coming what will be true in the future? So this could be August forward. We'll see in the next reading. This is only what's plausible now. We'll see how free will also affects. But there's health. There's overall good health. So I don't know if you've been struggling with health. I'm not sure why good health is emphasized here. Maybe because we started off with someone in recovery. So it's assured to be true is positive health, positive results in tests, that kind of thing. Maybe they start getting active. So you see an area of health that improves. Then we have love and peace, which is sort of this yin-yang again. Sort of the perfect balance here. So that's incoming to you as well, balance. And then this sense of wholeness, happiness in all dimensions of self, of life, in all areas. You're just feeling fulfilled here. And it is a starfish. So this is, wish fulfillment as well, shining star. So we have a lot of health, wealth, fulfillment, happiness in your future here. I was talking about how in this card they're pursuing you, right? Look, it's like a bouquet, pursuing. Oh, and then we have a flower shop with a bouquet. I don't think you're going to be able to pass up this connection, in that, you know, if you decide to not be pursued, like, not now, I'm going to go it out on my own, they're going to keep crossing your paths. The angels fully back this person's wish, this dream come true. You're meant to cross paths here. You must be souls from another lifetime that are promised to cross paths in this lifetime. It could be that mentorship relationship that I was saying in that professional space, or the handing down, right? CEO to protege here. There's this sense of apprentice, protege, handing down. You know, I saw you, and I need you to be my successor. That's coming up as well, which is interesting because we see it once here, and then we see it happening again. So if it's just one environment, so if you've taken on just home, here I was seeing both, but if you only do one, then it is going to be both. So what's assured to come true is both areas, home and professional. Not only will you step up, but what's assured to come true is a strong, impactful, positive connection for you that's just going to be a glow up. It's just going to help you find and push you forward to this fulfillment here. Total and absolute fulfillment in life, which is very nice. All aspects of life are fulfilled here. So let's connect in next month, Aries, and see, I mean, let's see where you're at, but I'd be interested to see what we can possibly talk about if you have complete fulfillment in most areas of your life. You know, maybe we'll focus in on another wish that you want to come true here.